Fulfilling and managing orders is all done in the Orders section of the admin. You may search for orders by event, by order ID, by name, or by email. You may also search by order status. Once you obtain your search results, you may filter the orders further by the order flags. For instance, you can find orders that have self-fulfilled items, so you know which ones need your attention. Or you can search for orders where the client made their own cropping or left an order note. Depending on the shipping settings you set in your event, when an order is received, downloads and lab items may be automatically fulfilled, or they may be manually fulfilled, or some combination of the two. If we wanted to fulfill orders manually, we could open an order and send it to the lab or release downloads by clicking these respective buttons. A very common approach is to hold all your on-time lab orders. Then, when it is time, you send them all in a bulk consolidated order to the lab where they will produce, package, and label each sub-order, and then send them to wherever you want them to go. Customers will then pick up their orders from the school or league. Customers do not incur shipping charges in this scenario. In contrast, late orders will be sent automatically to the lab, who will then produce and drop ship the single order directly to the customer, who will be billed for the shipping in this case. This approach can be achieved by setting up 2 shipping profiles in your event. Click the event settings in the sidebar. Then let's find and open the delivery and pickup section. In the first shipping profile, we won't check this first option, as we do not want to send lab items until we are ready to make the consolidated lab order. We do, however, want to send downloads as soon as possible, so let's click here to send them as soon as the order is received. Then let's click the Force Order Pickup option, as we want the customers who place their orders on time to pick them up from the school. If you prefer to offer drop shipping or pickup, then you can select the Allow Order Pickup option instead. And finally, let's enter in some detailed pickup instructions. Now let's set a secondary shipping profile for late orders. First, we set when this profile takes effect. Basically, how long after the event is an order considered to be late. Let's click the first and second checkboxes so both lab items and downloads are fulfilled automatically as soon as the order is received. Now let's set how much to charge for shipping. The Studio Shipping section tells us how we should calculate shipping charges when you are shipping anything from your own studio. This could be self-fulfilled items or lab-fulfilled items that are shipped to you and then to the customer. The Lab Shipping section tells us how much to charge the customer when the lab is drop shipping to your client. This is expressed as a percentage of what the lab charges you. For instance, if the lab charges $8 to ship and you set this at 100%, then we will charge your customer $8. If you set this to 150%, then we will charge the customer $12. When you are doing a bulk consolidated lab order, the lab will charge you directly for the shipping, however they calculate that. Okay, let's head back to the order section. To send a bulk consolidated lab order, you can select the event, though you don't have to, and then choose the lab you want to send to from the Consolidate Lab Orders menu. This will pull up any order that is ready for sending. We then select the orders we want to send, or click this checkbox to select all the orders. We then click the Send to Lab button that will appear in the Bulk Action menu at the bottom of the screen. In the window that opens, we now select where we want the bulk order sent. The order will now be processed and sent to the lab. Since the Bulk Action menu is open, let's briefly explain these options. The Choose Review Images button allows you to select images for multiple orders using a simple drag and drop interface. This is perfect for non-proofing events, where clients have pre-ordered items in a form, and the photographer is responsible for filling the items with the images. The Release Applicable Downloads button is a fast way to send downloads for multiple orders. Same for the Email Invoices and Receipts button. The Export Orders button allows you to export your orders and the images they contain, cropped if you like, in various formats, including a Rose Events export in case you want to send orders to a lab that supports the Rose Events software. As a side note, we cannot guarantee the results, so you should test this with your lab to be sure they are compatible. And finally, once your orders are fulfilled and you no longer need to manage them, you can set them to closed status. Now let's review how you manage specific orders. You may edit the billing and shipping addresses here and here. You may add items to an order using this button. You may add private order notes here, and you may get a list of files used in the order with this button. Here's where you can review client and/or system order notes. And here you can see all the payments related to this order. You can view the invoice here. You can send the invoice from here. And you can mark an invoice as paid from here when taking offline payments. For paid orders, you can perform full or partial refunds here. Further down, you can switch images in an item. If you do your editing after orders are received and you use different file names for your edited files, then you will first need to upload the new files into the appropriate galleries. Then you will need to switch them here. A much faster approach is to maintain the same file names when you edit your images. Then you can upload them all at once. Since the new files will overwrite the old files with the same name, the new files will automatically appear in the order. You may crop images using this button, and you can delete items from an order as well here. When you delete an item from an order, the order is recalculated and the system will then show a Manage Refund button, which allows you to decide how to refund the balance owing.